Hope you are doing well. I'm excited because today I've come to the Quantocks to ride my gravel bike. So here in the UK we are now allowed to drive to go and take exercise, and you're allowed to exercise for as long as you want. So I live in the southwest. I've driven to Taunton, it's not very far, and I found a route that I've never done before on Komoot. It was, I think it was plotted by Catherine, who does the Unpaved podcast, and I'm just super excited. Let me show you my setup. I am on my beautiful Marin headlands with electronic SRAM Axis group set. I've got this new bar bag that I bought from Outer Shell. Cool, huh? And I've put my MASH stem cap on there, the donut. This is such a hipster bike, isn't it? What else have I got on there? Oh, people are always asking me about this saddlebag. It's by a company called Life's a Ride, and it's custom. They made that for me. Obviously, I've got my lovely Zip 303s. They're a constant. Oh, Brook saddle, very, very comfortable. And the Zip Explore bars, they're flared, you see. What else? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I've got the Redshift Sports shock stop suspension stem on there. I've taken the Redshift, gosh, it's so sunny, I'm going to sneeze. I've taken the Redshift suspension seat post off because I want to try just the stem, and I've put stiffer elastomers in there, so it shouldn't give me so much bob, but it should still smooth out some of the rough stuff. So excited to give this setup a ride and explore trails I've never ridden before. Obviously, I've just ridden really close to home for, well, quite a long time, so I'm just super excited. Let's go! I just loaded the route onto my bike computer, set off blindly following it. I've been going for, I don't know, half an hour or so. All of a sudden, the road that's showing on my bike computer ran out. I'm literally nowhere near at all, nowhere near in any way the place that I'm meant to be. I'm there. Why am I there? Ah! I can't get any phone signal. I can't remap my route. Ah! Right. I'm just going to scream for a minute and then I'm going to get back on my bike, carry on going, and I will figure this out somehow. Bear with me! This looks promising. Found some gravel, finally. I'm just so glad to be back on the route. I think back on the route. I mean, on the route for the first time, and to be off the road. I've just been on the road for an hour farting about. But anyway, there's still time to do some gravel riding. Happy now! Quantock hills, it's wonderful, but super windy, which is why I'm kind of tucking away trying to record this thing without all the wind noise blocking out what I'm saying. I don't know why I picked this particularly spiky patch of gorse in which to shelter, but anyway, it's really, really beautiful up here. There's so many unspoilt trails, sandy, rocky. I have actually been here before, believe it or not, given what happened earlier with me not being able to find my way. I'm a qualified mountain bike leader, and I once brought a bunch of school kids up here on a mountain bike trip with another leader, and we didn't get lost. But then I wasn't using a bike computer and Komoot and stuff like that to navigate. I was using a map, so maybe that's what I need to do. I need to go back to maps. Anyway, I'm going to continue exploring, and I'll show you what this lovely place is like. It's wonderful up here. I've got some sandwiches in my bag. So let's do some more riding, and then I can have a sandwich and tell you a bit more about the stem and the setup. a lovely village called Bicknoller. I'm outside what looks like a really nice village shop, but of course it's closed. Never mind, I've got a sandwich. Anyway, I just bumped into this guy. We're talking about cycling. He doesn't reckon I'm going to get up the next climb on my gravel bike, even with the world's largest rear sprocket, because it is so steep in places and he can't get up it. And it's not like one of those guys who says, yeah, you won't be able to get up that, and then you think, yeah, but do you really ride? This guy rides. So I think because I'm doing this route in reverse, accidentally in reverse, he might be right. Possibly I won't be able to get up there, so there might be a bit of hiker bike. But hey, it's a gravel ride. Hiker bike is often a part of it. But once I'm up there, I should have a nice view of the Bristol Channel, and then I'm going to hang a right and I'm going to cut all the way across and go back to Triscombe, where the mountain bike trails are. Speaking of mountain bikes, I think actually in parts I'd rather do this route on a mountain bike. The Quantock is famous for mountain biking, and rightly so, and I think the trails are better suited to mountain bikes. So there are segments where I'm sort of like, you know, juddering as I try and descend, or like sort of bouncing about trying to pedal over all these rocky bits, and it's not comfortable and it's not as fun as it would be on a mountain bike. So I think, yeah, gravel bikes do have their limits. I wish I'd brought more food, or the shop was open. I'm starving. All I can taste is hummus. Probably should have had the sandwiches at the top. Ugh. This is slow going. Ugh. Basically going at walking pace. Track that I'm riding here and down from the top of the Coombe into this little pretty woodland, it'd be 10 times more fun on a mountain bike. It just would. Sometimes in my quest to find gravel trails, I actually end up on stuff that I just would be better off on a mountain bike on. To the highest point. This is a trig point. I don't know what a trig point is, but it's here. And we're going down there. Wild ponies! Oh my goodness! Well, I'm back to my lovely Skoda. Just a quick outro because I'm absolutely beat. Took 4.5 hours to do 50k, 1400 meters of climbing. It was just, it was hard work, and my setup just wasn't quite right either. Plus the route, well, I ended up doing it in reverse, but nonetheless, some of it was not ideal. Like I got sent down some really daft little footpaths that I should not have been riding on, so that wasn't the best. But yeah, I mean, probably it runs better the right way around. The bike, for that kind of stuff, I need wider tyres. Maybe the 650Bs would have been good, but then my bottom bracket would be lower, so that's not the best. With this configuration and 40C tyres, it just didn't perform the way I wanted it to perform. I've got stiffer elastomers in the stem. On road, I didn't have any sag or bob, also because I've taken the suspension seat post off. But you know, in tightening up the stem, I've now made it less fun off road. You got to choose what you think is important to you. I think a lot of it depends on where you're riding. The idea is that obviously you have it set up so it's suited to most sections. Today I didn't feel like I nailed it, but it doesn't matter because it was still lovely. Have I got burnt? It was so sunny. No, I don't think I'm burnt. I did put sunscreen on. But it was fun. I would rather do that on a mountain bike. I'd rather do a different route. I'd rather not go down weird little footpaths that were just really punishing and overgrown and I had to push my bike a bit. I didn't film that. So I'm not being hugely negative. I actually had a really nice time. But yeah, if I were to pick the ride apart, that's what I think. Anyway, I am going to make yet more adjustments to this. Of course, you know I like farting about with my gravel bike. Should I take you on a mountain bike ride next? Because I have just set up my new mountain bike. So do you want to come along for a ride on that? Tell you what, before I go, I forgot to say, I burnt my knee on my rotor. Can you see? There? Probably looks like nothing at all. Actually, hurts like hell. So, a bit of a funny ride. Lots of ups and downs, literally and metaphorically. Anyway, I'm going to go home to Kiddo and Dave. I hope you've had a nice bank holiday. I don't know what video I'm doing for Friday. Let me know if there's something you want me to do. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.